Hey friends, welcome back to Country Legacy. Today we are making chocolate pudding pops from scratch. And it's the perfect snack for a hot summer day. They are rich and creamy and so much better than anything that you'll find in the store. And don't worry, they're simple to make and they're made with real ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen. Whether you're whipping up a batch for the kids or just for yourself, there's no shame in that. These pudding pops are sure to bring a smile. So let's get started. I have all my ingredients here ready to go. And we'll start by putting in 1 cup of sugar, a half a cup of cocoa, a quarter of a cup of cornstarch, and a half a teaspoon of salt. And we'll thoroughly mix this together. And we do not have the stove turned on yet, by the way. We'll just get all these dry ingredients mixed together really well. Okay, now we'll gradually add 4 cups of whole milk. And then we'll just whisk that all together. If you've never made homemade pudding before, you will see how simple it actually is. And the best part is you know exactly what goes into it. Okay, I have it mixed up pretty good. So at this point, I'm going to turn on my burner to medium high. And we're going to keep whisking this until it comes to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, we'll stir it for 2 minutes more while it's boiling. My hand always gets hot when I do this, so I'm gonna grab a glove. I have a different recipe that I use for making chocolate pies, and it's also very simple. It's a little bit different because it's a little thicker than this, but it is so much better than the box mixes. Typically, I make these pudding pops whenever I have a lot of extra milk that I need to use up because as you saw, it takes 4 cups of milk, so that's quite a bit. Typically at this stage, you can leave it for a little while, but I don't recommend leaving it for long because once it starts thickening up, it will stick to the bottom in a hurry. Starting to thicken and come to a boil. So I need to set my timer for 2 minutes. And at this point, you definitely don't want to leave it. It will stick to the bottom. Okay, it's done. Let's get this off. And then we're gonna put our 2 tablespoons of butter in here. And then it calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And you want to add your vanilla at the last because otherwise it can evaporate and then it will lose its flavor. So that's why with pie fillings and with pudding, you always wait until you turn off the burner to put that in. It smells so good. I think that's mixed together pretty good. I bought these silicone popsicle molds a while back and they work really well. The top just lays on top of it. And then here's the inside of the popsicle mold. And of course it comes with popsicle sticks, but it also comes with these little baggies here that you can put them in. So let's pour our chocolate pudding in the mold. This is always a little bit messy, but you can clean it up pretty good whenever you get done. Whoop. Now I'm really getting messy. I'm trying to do it left-handed here. You can take the flat side of your spatula to kind of clean it up a little bit. It really doesn't matter too much if it isn't totally clean because they will look just fine when you pull them out. Well, I got really sloppy with this one, so I'm gonna take a washcloth. I don't typically get it all the way out to the edge like this, so I'll clean it up a little because I don't wanna make too big a mess. And I forgot because I typically put this on a plate because this is kind of like soft. So I'll grab that real quick. And once it's frozen, I can take the plate back out of the freezer. Okay, let's put this on top of this. And then we'll put our sticks in here. I usually just leave enough out of the top that would be easy to hold on to. Okay, these are all done and they're ready to go in the freezer except for I want to let them cool down a little bit because when you touch the sides, it's pretty hot. So I'll let it sit here for probably about 15 minutes or so, maybe a half hour, and then I'll get them in the freezer. But I do still have one from the last batch, so I'm going to grab that so that we can give it a try. So this is the little bag that I was telling you about. It seals across the top here. And I typically never use these, but I needed to wash that little container out, so I took it out and put it in here so it wouldn't get like the freezer taste. And that way I could wash out the container so I can make more to show you guys. So let's give this a try and see how good it is. All right, let's give this a try. That is so chocolatey and so full of flavor. So it's not only good in this stage, but there's always a little bit left in the pan, and I like it even whenever it's warm straight out of the pan. So you can make this chocolate pudding as a chocolate pudding, put it in a dish and eat it cold, warm, or put it in the freezer pops and have it that way. Whichever way you make it, I can guarantee you that if you like chocolate, you will love these. So there you have it, a very simple and easy recipe to make up at any point. You don't need them box mixes from the store. You can take what you already have in the cupboard and make these up. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite frozen treat from your childhood? I'd love to hear your memories. Until next time, friends, have a wonderful day. Bye for now.